model. Okay. So you always hear, be in the now, stay present. So the concept is past, present and future. We have thoughts that are always in the past. They say 95% of our daily thoughts are from thoughts from previous days. The thoughts then have emotions, so when every time we think of it, we have an emotion to it, then we get a reaction in the body. If there's someone that I don't like and I think about them, I get this response and then I get stressed. But if we always say, be in the present, there's something wrong with this model. So to be in the present, we need to break it down into two viewpoints. So we've got the first one, which is think, and the second one is feel. So if you're depressed, anxious, things are not going where you want to be, and you're in a position where you think, right, I can do more out of life. If you think present and you're depressed, that's all you're going to be. You can't think of anything else. It's very difficult to think anywhere else. So we need to think future thoughts. You're thinking of your dream life, you're thinking all the things that you want, but at that point, you then feel it. This is where the second bit comes in. The feeling is always now, always present. We can think past, but we're still feeling it now. So rather than think past with the bad thoughts and the things that hold us back, why don't we go into the unknown and then really get creative and think about the stuff that you actually want? Because what will happen is you'll feel that now. When you feel it now, you vibrate. And everything's worked on energy. You can challenge energy all day long. But a good example, you have two people arguing in an office, you walk in, you're like, catch you in a bit. You felt the energy, you can cut the knife or the tension with a knife. It's the same, that's energy. So we all feel it, we all know it's there. Another example, look at your plant pot. It just grows, it literally just grows, that's energy. So you can't deny there's no energy. But if we feel it now, if our body is constantly stressed, think of that as a negative thought. Imagine that as an energy inside you. That's literally eating away, hacking at you. So when we have these illnesses and we get out of health, really, that's because we're living either worrying about the future or we're living from previous memories in the past, but we're feeling it all now. The body doesn't know any difference. It's just literally, so I'm always like, now, now, now. This is where my meditation, visualization concept comes into. My job now as a coach is first I need to understand where you're at. Then I say, your past does not define you. Right now, it doesn't matter. If you bang your head right now, you haven't got a past. So from this point now, this is all we've got to look forward to. So we're going to feel from here. So the meditation, let me explain how the concept works, because meditation itself is always met with resistance. Oh, I don't do that, it's rubbish. I'm like, this is completely different. It's the only word that I can describe it, but I'd call it more of a meditation slash visualization slash experience. So let me just get my little sock. So we got to think now, think future, feel now. So this is how I get people into and again, because there's so much noise going on, you've got work, you've got finances, you've got your family, sometimes it's hard to even get out of this thinking now because that's all that's going on. Meditation allows you just to be still. All these thoughts that are going all the time, what happens is over time, they slow down. They'll keep coming, and people get the concept wrong with meditation is, oh, I keep getting thoughts. Yes, you always will. The idea is then to slow it down so you can start analysing them and realise that they are just thoughts. Some are bad. You always get that horrible voice in your head. It's always there, but you can choose to listen to it or not. So, meditation, I take people through a few stages within it, and it all works with the music. But I effectively get people to a state where I ask them very, very, very deep questions. And because there's no one else there to judge them, and they're asking that to their self, their ego will start coming up, but I get them to be aware of their ego. So if I ask a question and it's got a trigger response to it, so parenting. How good's your parenting out of 10 if you was to ask your son? Notice your ego. And you'll feel this, like your soul doesn't lie. So it just bypasses the ego when you can ask deeper questions, which is where I come in. But then I get you to a state of calmness and acceptance. And I say, imagine this is all black. You're just literally with your eyes closed and it's just a black space. It's just you awareness. What I get you to do, this is where it gets amazing. People say meditation is all about being still, clear the noise. Again, I think that concept's wrong. Be still first, but then we create. And this is where all the magic happens. So imagine in your blank space, I'm going to say, and I'll guide you through it, I want you to draw this massive circle here. That's a bad pen, but you see the circle. Then in your meditation, I want you to now climb into the circle. Now I want you to just draw your dream world. Literally go crazy. It's abundance. There's all you people that you love. I don't know what this is, but it's colours. But I get people to literally create. Creativity is our best friend, but yet we don't do it. When we're creative and we express ourselves, singing, dancing, writing, that's a form of expression. Communication, voice, that's expression too. But problem is that when you speak to me, I will take it differently to what you're feeling. So sometimes I encourage people, try to find your expression through creativity, and when you're doing that, you're in a state of flow. When you're in a state of flow, that means you're in the moment, you're loving it. You can't be in flow if you don't love it. Look at sports stars, singers, they're not thinking, it's effortless. But now what you're feeling on this line, when we go back to, you're feeling it all now. And because you're in flow, your harmony, like your body's working in sync. If you're ill, find something to be creative to, because what you realise is that we stop doing what we love. We really stop doing. So if we can come into this space, I'm like create, and I'm guiding you through the process. Create your future life. Where are you? What's it look like? Who's there? How are you communicating with each other? And I've had mad responses that people see themselves on stage looking through the eyes of their daughter, and they felt the proud coming out of their daughter when they was on stage, this giant on stage. They took themselves there, in this. And then after the meditation, they felt ill now, so it all felt real. They saw it, and the creativity takes them to a place that they didn't even think was possible. But because they felt it, what happens now is, look, we come back into, so I say this is your soul's playground. When you go into meditation, there's no ego to get in the way, so your soul can do whatever it wants if you let it. Come out, living a normal life again. But your soul now is recharged. So when your ego takes over, you can deal with it very, very easily. But when you then go back in there, guess what? We go straight back into your creation and make it even bigger and then feel it. So this is where my meditation happens. And when I say it's like a rave, you can make it like your own rave. Like, it's amazing. And I get so excited about it because now my life, I'm feeling happy all the time, but I'm noticing things are coming to me because I'm asking for it in the meditation and I'm feeling it now. And think, it's energy again. So if I'm just putting all this out, the right people come back to me. And I've got examples where I asked for a client, a specific one in here. The next day someone reached out to me from a referral and I signed him up. Again, sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's working for me. This has had transformative results with all my clients within like 10 minutes. So for me now, it's all about think future, feel now. The meditation allows you to think future, feel it now, so that when you come back, you get a good idea. And then the next part of that is where the coaching comes in. You've already set your goals and you've already felt it and you felt incredible for it. My job is to work with you and we're going to break that back. Again, if we look at life, not just through these next year or these 3 months, and we just zoom out, you've seen this amazing goal. That could take 10 years, 20 years. But imagine if you knew you would get to that, and it's going to take that long, and we work back. What can we do in the first year then to work towards that? Okay, we can do this, this, and this. And that's your year plan. Imagine if you did that in March. And what most people do is, I've got any work to do, and they're stressing. But if it's all in the plan, you can relax and enjoy life a bit more, or you can speed things up and get to your goal even quicker. But the coaching then allows us to have a clear goal, the end goal in mind, and then we can just plan it. And again, with the coaching sessions, we can then focus just on one task, work that over a few weeks, and then go on to the next one with this big goal in mind. It gives you meaning, it gives you purpose, and it makes life a lot more exciting.